Started as a routine call for help for St. Pete Fire and Rescue, became a rescue of one of their own. Last night, we told you about Tyler Villamek's struggle to get the workers' comp benefits his family feels he deserves. Questions remain about the incident itself and the decades-old hydrant that hit him in the face. 10 Investigates' Jennifer Titus looks for answers in our series, Out of Water.
911 with the address of the emergency.
I got a kitchen fire.
Fire department is being sent. Stay on the line. I'll tell you exactly what to do.
October 23rd, 2025.
We've already got help on the way. They're coming as fast as they can.
Where are they at?
They're coming as fast as they can right now.
What began as a kitchen fire
The fire's getting really bad.
became something much bigger because even after the firefighters arrived, the flames kept growing.
Were you expecting it to be pretty much out pretty quickly? Or?
It should have been out fairly quick.
Joshua Ellis is the one you hear on the 911 call.
The house is really bad.
He was inside. So was his daughter and two family dogs.
We were telling them, about the dogs, 2 dogs inside. And then, out of nowhere, you see the firefighters retreating from the house.
Backing out, not because of the fire, because they suddenly couldn't fight it.
Engine 9, we're out of water.
Interior crews back out. We have a hydrant issue. Back out of these structures.
I didn't hear it exactly, but I think one of the neighbors heard them say, "Oh, we're out of water." And I'm like, "What do you mean you're out of water?"
Out of water. A firefighter down. The hydrant just feet away from Josh's door had exploded. The single failure changed everything.
But then they ran out of water, so then the fire spread to this little side room right here. It got pretty extreme in there.
It's been 9 months since the fire.
Everybody was shocked that something like that could even happen.
Josh still hasn't been able to move back in. The home was a total loss.
I thought it was going to be a quick put out, which everybody that I talked to, I got several family members that are working the fire departments from high to low, and they said, yeah, it should have been a quick put out and it shouldn't have been this.
Josh lost his home.
Usually during my sleep, I'll get a nightmare of the accident.
How bad's your headache?
How bad is it?
Yeah.
It's like an 8.
Okay.
Firefighter Tyler Villamek lost his sense of normalcy.
Sometimes, though, it's not a bad dream that'll wake me up. It's my neck pain or my jaw.
Not knowing if he'll ever fight fires again as he tries to recover from a traumatic brain injury.
There was the normal that I was living before the accident, and now there's this new normal that I have after the accident, and it's hard. It's hard to accept that.
When they say traumatic brain injury to you, what goes through your mind?
A mix of emotions. How could this happen? Is this real life? He was supposed to come home and be okay.
How could this happen? How does a hydrant suddenly explode? It's a question we spent months trying to answer. And what we've uncovered raises even more questions. The hydrant, decades old. Some would say it was an obsolete model because instead of multiple bolts, it just had 2. The homeowner tells us it was corroded, although records show it passed inspection just 8 months before the fire.
How does a hydrant just break off the ground? That's not something that occurs overnight. It's not like, oh, the hydrant looks good yesterday, and then today all of a sudden that whole thing just breaks off the ground. Were they maintained properly? Was the city going out there and inspecting them, the way they're supposed to?
Martin Villamek is Tyler's father, but he was also a firefighter for 40 years.
We're looking at how old was this hydrant? We're finding out that these hydrants are over 50 years old. When a fire engine is over 20 years old, they replace that engine or truck or apparatus. Why? Because things start to fail. Why was a fire hydrant still 50 years later, still able to operate inside the city?
And back out here live, now we've uncovered that the hydrant that was here isn't even close to being one of the oldest hydrants in the city. Tomorrow night, guys, we're going to show you some other potentially problematic hydrants and what the city has to say about it. We'll again have that story for you tomorrow night. For now, we're live in St. Pete. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.